Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Look who it is. It is our Take the Points edition. Brian Turner is here, and we are going to talk some sports today. Going to get you through the end of the weekend and get us through the Super Bowl. And you had a good Super Bowl.
I had a didn't suck Super Bowl. I wouldn't call it good.
I did
as
not.
far as gambling.
I did not. I had a bad Super Bowl, gambling wise, and not gambling wise, watching wise. I just did not. It was better than last year for me. And last year's Super Bowl for me, I was driving a dog back to Frankfort, Kentucky, because he was trying to kill my dog.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was.
That was a Kentucky Derby a few years ago where the basement flooded and had to miss the Derby.
Yeah, So there's always fun to remember big events through that. So we're going to talk sports today. We will talk about Super Bowl. Basketball's back. High school basketball's back, and we've been watching some of that. And we'll talk about that and how that's going and all kinds of other things here on Big Talk. What is going on in your neighborhood today? Actually, everything that I have here on the list is for tomorrow. However, one thing for today, Friday, February 12th. Now, I'll admit it early, we're shooting this on Wednesday, but Friday, February 12th is Lincoln's birthday. This would be 100, if Lincoln were alive, he'd be 212 years old today, right?
I don't think cars are that old, Bruce.
Huh?
I don't think cars are that old, Bruce.
Cars are not that old. No, actually, they named the car after the president.
Was that how that worked?
Yeah.
I thought it was the other way around.
No. The president was not named after the car. They named the car after the president, and that's all good, clean fun.
Wasn't that a little Towns Van Zandt joke? I wrote this song about a dream I'm going to have.
That's right. I don't know if Towns ever had that dream. Who knows?
Might have been a hallucination at that point.
Might have been a deja vu in advance. But on Saturday, we do have a few things going on here in Flora. At 10 o'clock this morning, the Guadalupe Project is going to be open. Oh, that's Laura Whitehead down there downtown Flora, doing a fine job. She collects things for young women, young pregnant ladies, and ladies with new children, young children. The Guadalupe Project will be open at 10 a.m. Saturday from 10 to 11:30, and then on Monday from 10 to 11:30 as well as 3:30 to 4:30. And now this is on 124 East North Avenue here in Flora. They're going to have diapers as well as formula, baby and maternity clothes, as well as other essentials for families with from pregnancy through the child's first year. These are provided, no required paperwork, no questions asked. It's free. Return visits are welcome. And if you'd like more information, go to Facebook. Go to Guadalupe Project on Facebook. Did you have something you were wanting to ask about that?
Nope.
Well,
just listening intently.
Usually when you give me that look, you're wanting to say something.
It's usually because I have a smart aleck comment, but not after something like that.
No, that's a nice one. Now, I'll get you a smart aleck comment coming up here in just a second. I know they come.
I know my wheelhouse.
That's right. Also on Saturday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Down at the Jeff Ruritan Club, they're going to hold their monthly breakfast. Menu is going to be sausage, biscuits and gravy, scrambled eggs, hash browns, pancakes with coffee, orange juice, milk, and milk to drink. Cost by donation. By all means, go down there. Now, they were supposed to be doing this last week, and I don't know why they didn't. I think they backed it off a week for some reason. You don't know that, do you?
No. If I was still at the paper, I probably would have gotten that word. But
you probably would have heard something about that. But, I think it was supposed to be last week, but it wasn't bad weather last Saturday.
Was it 2 weeks ago, maybe? I feel like last time I was here, there was a Jeff Ruritan something or other coming up.
Well, that might have been it 2 weeks ago when you were here.
Yeah.
That could have been. Well, that would have been January, so they just did their January one late, doing their their February one early. Who knows what they're doing? I don't have a clue. But also tomorrow night, Saturday night, at the Tuscan Hills Winery, Andy Reeder will be there with he'll be bringing Pickin' and Grinnin' from 6 a.m. Check that. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. That'd be a little early.
Hey, it's never too early to start drinking.
Well, yeah, I guess that's right. But at that point, though, you might not have stopped.
True.
At that point, you might still be going. It's
I remember college.
I do too, vaguely. That's something you might be continuing. This is February 12th is, I got to tell you, I don't have very good ones for today. This is National Plum Pudding Day, also known as Christmas pudding. National Plum Pudding Day celebrates a traditional holiday dessert. I guess they're figuring since February 12th is Lincoln's birthday. That's a holiday. Learn about this tasty treat with an interesting history.
Plum ridiculous.
That is now you're helping. Plum ridiculous. Plum pudding is made by steaming or boiling, and the pudding is usually served during the holiday season. Interestingly, many of the recipes don't even contain plums. One explanation is given that during the 17th century, plums were referred to as raisins or other fruits, and that's.
I think raisins are more common in those than plums are.
I think that
easier to obtain.
Well, I see now. There's another picture of plum pudding. That's kind of what it looks like. I have enjoyed plum pudding at one Christmas dinner that I've been to. Actually, I didn't enjoy it that much, and I hopefully not watching because it was very kind.
Is that kind of like when you get the fruitcake? Is that kind of like when you get the fruitcake?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, the plum pudding is just not my style. Not what I go after. But enjoy National Plum Pudding Day. This is also National. Actually, moving to I believe it is today, National No One Eats Alone Day. Second Friday in February, lunchrooms across America have accepted the mission started by National No One Eats Alone Day. This is a positive initiative aimed at creating a lunchtime of inclusion organized by students and for students. Middle schools across the nation look beyond differences to find ways to start conversations at lunchtime with everyone, making sure that no one eats alone. Sometimes it's hard to break the ice, but what are some different ways you can do it? Start with a joke. So this is, say, whenever you see someone eating alone and you join them, how do you join the conversation? Excuse me, may I sit down here?
Did you catch Sports Center last night?
Catch Sports Center last night. Then they say, no, Brian, I don't like sports.
Oh, you suck. I'm going to the other table. Oh, is that not what this is? This is actually part of an anti-bullying campaign.
This is an anti-bullying.
I think that's the idea behind the No One Eats Alone, though, is stop bullying.
I like what you're doing there. Maybe mention a movie that you've seen lately. Hi, Brian. May I sit here? Have you seen the new Ant-Man?
Actually, I just rewatched that here this week.
Was that
the original Ant-Man?
So you saw now, is that a good movie? I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean...
Ant-Man's pretty good?
Yeah, it's funny.
See, I don't know.
He's one of the funnier dudes in MCU, so... And I'm blanking on his name. I can picture him.
It's Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, yeah.
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
No, we're still working through MCU. Actually, watched 2 movies this week, thanks to snowouts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I figured once sports got going, because I'm trying to get my wife through all of MCU.
How many? They're like 27 movies or something.
A ton of them. We're up to. We just watched Civil War, Ant-Man, and Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Aren't there 2 Ant-Mans?
Yeah, there's Ant-Man and Wasp. We'll watch that one here in about 4 or 5 movies.
So you're watching them all in order?
And we did in the chronological order, not the order they were released, but the order they happen. So like Captain America goes to the front of the line after. Or not Captain America is the first one, and then Captain Marvel, which was one of the last ones made, but it was the second one in the timeline.
Wait a second. Okay, so you're not watching Iron Man first since Iron Man was the first movie?
No, I've done that. I mean, I watched them all when they came out, so I've seen I've seen them all multiple times. Now we're doing them all in timeline order, and that's how I'm getting my wife to watch them all.
That is tricky. That's I'm kind of surprised that because they do just kind of jump around, do they? Don't they?
Some of them do, yeah. And then like Guardians of the Galaxy, you got to try to figure out kind of where those go because they were off in their own little world for those first 2 Guardians. And
wow, all right, that's good for you. Enjoy that. Well, that's cool.
It's been fun.
The National No One Eats Alone Day was It was started in 2012 by Beyond Differences in just a handful of schools in Northern California, and now more than 2,000 schools in all 50 states participate in National No One Eats Alone Day, impacting more than 1 million students. Say what?
In a pandemic, check with your school rules on how many you can eat with.
Actually, that makes sense because I was in a gymnasium. We get to go to schools again. I was in a gymnasium just two Wednesday night or Monday nights. I think it's Monday, and I saw how they were doing their eating in schools. They had, their fold up tables, right? The tables all fold up. They had a row of tables that were normal, but only 2 seats at each table. Had a gigantic row of folded up tables standing up about 8 feet in the air, and then another row of tables sat down up here at Flora. I just was, wow, they are.
You got to do what you got to do.
Got to do what you got to do. You got to take it seriously. That's exactly right. One other day to tell you about, now finally one that I enjoy. This is National Tortellini Day. Actually, February 13th, Saturday. I just had to sneak that one in. National Tortellini Day. It's a signature dish from the Italian region of Bologna, where they claim to have created this stuffed pasta packed with flavor. Ravioli, tortellini, and tortellacci are all part of the same family of stuffed pasta. The most common fillings are ham, white meat, and Parmesan cheese.
But not bologna.
But not bologna.
No, don't get those two confused.
That's exactly right.
Although, could you? Should you?
Well, probably
I think
not.
Could is a yes. Shoulds.
Well, I don't think you should.
Yeah.
I don't think that'd be a little greasy in some tortellini, wouldn't it?
I think so.
That'd be but who knows? But I prefer I don't like the cheese tortellini. I prefer the ham tortellini or the prosciutto tortellini.
You can never go wrong with prosciutto.
You can never go wrong with prosciutto, exactly.
Other than it's very expensive for what you get.
You don't need much.
Yeah.
It's very flavorful. Very flavorful. All kinds of ways to prepare a tortellini dish. If you want to top it with cheese sauce, cream sauce, pasta or tomato sauce, pesto or tomato sauce, pardon me. All kinds of different ways. What's on television tonight? NBA basketball going on. That's the Pelicans at the Mavericks. That's on ESPN channel 601. That'll be at 6:30. Doubleheader. Memphis at the LA Lakers, and that also on ESPN channel 601. Think they'll play the national anthem before the Mavericks game?
Not anymore, apparently.
Who knows? Also in NBA basketball, the Clippers will be at the Bulls. NBC Sports Chicago, channel 643. That's at 7 o'clock tonight. NHL hockey, the Blues. Game wasn't even scheduled. They got stuck in playing the Arizona Coyotes at, again, 5 in a row.
Yeah. Thanks, COVID pause.
Yeah, thank you. And but it's at 8 p.m. out in Arizona, Fox Sports Midwest, channel 630. Men's basketball, college men's basketball, 4 games on tap on TV. St. Bonaventure's at the VCU Rams, ESPN 2, channel 638. That's at 6. Akron is at Miami of Ohio. The Redhawks, it's on ESPNU, channel 642 at 6. 8 o'clock, Detroit Mercy, also on ESPNU. They are at Cleveland State taking on the Vikings, channel 642. And finally, certainly not least, the biggest of the night, another COVID game that got set up late. Illinois, the Fighting Illini, back in action tonight.
Powerhouse. Nebraska.
Yeah, don't say powerhouse because they're looking for their first Big Ten win, and you keep you saying that kind of stuff, it's going to be against Illinois. We don't need that kind of thing. We don't
Zero chance, I guarantee it.
Oh, here we go. Illinois at Nebraska at 8 o'clock. Big Ten Network, so check that out. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. That's Weeze. I'm Bruce. Back right after this. Stay around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basementy experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basementy experts.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Comments
I can't make now that we're on the air.
Well, you could have 5 seconds ago. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I appreciate you tuning in. My guest today is Brian Turner. This is, of course, our Take the Points. You can find him also online at iamweeze.com. All kinds of entertaining stuff there. I'm guessing you haven't released your 5 for this weekend?
Actually, didn't listen to very much new music this week, so I'm thinking about doing a retro version this week and going through some old blues stuff because I watched a blues concert this week.
You know what you need to do? This is Sunday is Valentine's Day.
See, we forgot to mention Saturday is also Galentine's Day.
Well, see, I know it's hard to. I know I didn't mention it because I wanted to mention tortellini.
That man has his priorities, and I can respect that.
I like tortellini, but I think I talked about Galentine's Day last year, and
so you wanting a love song edition or something?
That's what I'm saying. With the Valentine's Day being on Sunday, you could make a Weeze's favorite love song, Final 5 for this Friday. Friday's 5.
It's a thought.
As a matter of fact, they had a dedication thing on WNOI on Wednesday, and I put one on there. It was to my lovely wife Dodie. It was "Groove Is in the Heart" by D-Light, and her choice, which I kind of made for her, but it wasn't to me. It was to our dogs. It was Bottle Rocket's dog.
Oh, nice.
I love my dog. I don't care if you do. That kind of that song. And so yeah. So I am Weeze.
She actually asked me to do that, and then I could not come up with a song that WNOI could play. I sat there, thought, and it's either all red dirt country or inappropriate. And
there were a bunch of Luke Combs. I heard a couple. I heard of Luke Combs. I heard of Morgan Wallen, who is.
Yeah, it's not shocking.
Yeah, not getting. Who's having some trouble right now.
I did see Jason Isbell today. Because he wrote that Morgan's most famous song.
That's his big hit, right?
Yeah, Cover Me Up. That's Morgan's big song, and Jason's kind of embarrassed that's been associated with him now. Not the song, but
it's making money.
Well, so he's like, so every dollar I'm making off of Morgan's performance of that is now going to the Nashville NAACP. So I thought, perfect.
That works pretty well.
Actually, BJ was talking about Jason last week, and he goes, sometimes fame finds the right people. I love that line.
Now, that's true. Jason Isbell is a fine
He's just
person.
a good dude.
A good guy. A good guy who probably about 10 years ago wasn't that good.
And he'll tell you that. Him and BJ both. They had to get sober.
Yeah, they had to get sobered up, and he's 8 years now sober.
BJ's at 6, so let's see.
I think it's 8 for Isbell.
Yeah, that sounds about right, because that would have been when Burn, Flick, or Die came out, which was 14. So yeah, 7.
Yeah. So all this meaning nothing.
How did we get on this? Fat Five Friday.
I don't know. That's right. Oh, yeah.
IamWeeze.com.
I tell you what, IamWeeze.com. Give it a check whenever you get a chance. All right. High school basketball. Let's start right there for a second. Impressions of high school basketball in a quarantined environment.
I think the kids don't really notice. I mean, they obviously notice the mask, and there's been debate, how do you handle that, because they almost always fall down, and I've had a couple of refs, how would you handle this, and I've told them what I've seen, what I've liked and didn't like, and my advice was just set the tone early, tell them keep your mask up, remind them of dead balls. If it comes down during the act of play, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, don't tell somebody in play to put the mask up.
And I tell them, hammer them early. Tell them, do it, or you're gonna take a seat, which I've actually seen someone do.
Have you really?
I've seen them threaten it, not actually do it, because the kid then
See, now you're closer than I am able to hear and see the officials talk to the players for the most part.
Now I am. The first game I was not. I was up in the top row, because that was before they figured out that media can be within 30 feet of the players. We're exempt from the 30 feet rule, which has now been changed to 12.
12-foot rule.
Yeah.
Right?
So the last game I worked, I was able to just work the baseline like I normally would.
That's interesting to me. You have seen officials correct kids. I haven't seen it. I mean, we've done now 4 or 5 games here on Wabash this fall or this spring, and I haven't seen an official correct. I've seen officials. The officials are doing different things as well with their masks. Some of them.
The first game I saw, and the one where they were correcting the players the most, none of the officials even had a mask on them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that was.
They were. I've seen games where the officials had masks around their neck, and then they'd put them up to go talk to the bench, or go talk to coaches or something like that, and that's so they could blow their whistle. They had their whistle though in a little.
Some of them do that, or some of them still have the electronic whistles too.
Yeah. I tell you what, let's do. We just got started. We were talking about other things. We're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit more about the high school basketball, the basketball itself, as well as all kinds of other things with it. And then the Super Bowl coming up later. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. That's Weeze. I'm Bruce. Back after this.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Scheid Diesel Service Company is your anything diesel full service center and fuel injection shop. Scheid Diesel offers the quickest turnaround times to get you back on the road. Scheid Diesel can service any diesel engine from agricultural, construction, heavy-duty truck, and automotive. Let Scheid rebuild your pump, injectors, or turbos. Need custom fuel lines? Scheid has you covered. With a drive-in service, they offer a variety of services, including oil changes, engine rebuilds, DOT inspections, and DPF cleanings. For unmatched quality, think Scheid Diesel Service Company. Anything diesel. Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get ahead of the game at Carter Athletic Academy, where the goal is to transform you into the best young athlete you can be. Train for top performance in football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and softball. Professional private lessons and clinics are always available with Carter Athletic Academy's expert training staff. Carter's exclusive Hit Track system brings skill development as well as exciting gameplay to batting cages. Plus, the Academy is the perfect spot for your special event or celebration. The Carter Athletic Academy in Fairfield. Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Right over there is Louise. I had to stop you.
Yeah.
I didn't figure you would curse.
No.
No, you don't generally. We're both of us generally polite fellas.
I didn't start cursing until I was in the Army.
Really?
Yeah.
You learned pretty quickly there.
In 2 languages.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one? What's the other one? English and what?
Spanish.
Spanish?
In the Army with a few Puerto Ricans.
I can do a little Spanish cursing.
I can only do the cursing at this point.
Yeah. All right. You've seen a few games. The trouble for you this year is you're only getting to see the home games of the teams that you cover, aren't you?
For the most part. Luckily, I've done this for 15 years, so I know most of the ADs around. Like, I know, we were supposed to, the girls are going to play, or the boys are going to play at Albion Friday. I'll be able to go to that one.
Yeah.
I was able to go at Woodlawn when the Mules played there for the season opener. So some of the closer ones I'll be able to go to. Salem the other night I didn't go to.
Tell me about Woodlawn's situation. They were missing all kinds of
They
kids.
were down to 6 kids. They had 13 out for quarantine that game.
And just mainly contact tracing, though.
Yeah, it was mostly. They had all their starters. I know the 3 that played a lot last year they all still played. So they're still a decent 1A team. Obviously, you lose a 2,300 point scorer, you're going to have a little bit of a dip there. But
how is Fairfield looking? I saw
3-0
Fairfield on Friday night.
They beat and like I said, they're 3-0. The first one was against a team that won 31 games last year, which we just talked about. They're going to be a dip, but still good. The second one was against Salem, who's a solid squad for
solid team
in a tough conference. So I don't know what the record will look like, but they're solid. And then beat the team that knocked them out last year, Benton.
I was wondering about that Benton team. Did they lose a lot? Or?
No, Reese Johnson's back. The kid that was already over 1,000 coming into the year. They held him to 6 points. He had a couple threes in the first half, and that was it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So, and the defense appeared to me to be maybe a little bit ahead of the offense. I guess it's going to be like that.
Yeah, although
on
I
this
will
kind of
say
stunted year.
The one thing I have seen from Fairfield has been foul trouble, and actually I want to say, all 3 games, a little bit of foul trouble. Not so much against Benton, but the first 2 definite. And they're not a deep bench this year, so they got to work on that.
We've seen Salem here on Wabash Catch TV. Salem in that Fairfield game. Salem is going to, like you say, they're going to be solid as long as they can. They lost a bit of size, but they still have the
That B kid is not.
Caden B is strong.
Not tall, but he is solid inside.
He is solid and he is strong.
And it's still weird for me seeing Charlie Fehrenbacher play high school basketball.
I wondered about that same thing. Charlie Fehrenbacher, Andy's kid, and he'd be a sophomore. And I got to tell you,
I was just behind Andy in high school. So
did you see Andy shout at Charlie after Charlie made a turnover? Charlie Fehrenbacher is going to be the most tightly coached kid you ever see.
Well, I also noticed in that very same game, I see Scott yelling at someone watching on video. And I could tell by the way he was yelling, it was his kid he was yelling at.
He let his kid have it too. Yeah, Noah McElravy had a turnover or something.
I think he threw it to Scott. I remember what it was. He called a timeout when he thought it looked like he was about to get trapped, so he just called a timeout. Turns out he was cramping and was worried about turning the ball over, so he called a timeout. But Scott didn't know that at the time.
That's one other interesting aspect of the game that folks don't realize. The mask timeout. It occurs once the clock, supposed to occur at the first stoppage in play underneath the 5-minute mark, right?
Like a TV timeout.
Yeah, like a TV timeout. Boy, coaches are beginning to take advantage of that. I mean, it didn't take long, did it?
Yeah, I mean, you build that into your strategy. You know you need a timeout, but I've got 40 more seconds. We're going to get a dead ball, at some point. So, yeah, you work around that.
I've seen some coaches basically hold off on calling a timeout when they probably should, trying to change the momentum of a game. Having those timeouts in your pocket's pretty good. And the other thing, the end of that Fairfield-Salem game, it just dragged on forever and ever because the coaches, they had held all their timeouts.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that close of a game until the end. I wrote it up in the paper that was the one that almost got away that didn't.
And that's the thing. Usually the games that almost get away do.
Yeah.
Whenever a team like Salem hangs around, and Fairfield's not able to knock them out. And
never led in that game. Salem never had a lead.
They got to the tie at the end of it, didn't they?
Tied with 8 seconds to go.
Which made it surprising to me that the Mules were able to get their best player a shot on that last
Well,
play.
if you remember back,
because you know that Coach Fehrenbacher, Andy had the kids. They knew that Zerlini was the guy to.
If you think back to the end of the first half and how it wound up being big later, it didn't seem like it so much at the time.
Yeah, the three-pointer.
Dead ball with 14 seconds to go. Landon was out with foul trouble, but they were able to check him in for an offensive possession, and he's the kid that hits a deep three.
He hits a long three. He hit a long three, and they threw him the ball. He can give it up.
Yeah.
The last 14 seconds of the half, and he hit the shot. Well, it's a lot of fun, and we understand folks not being able to see their basketball, not being able to go, but you'll be able to go soon. And
I've been told that reading about it in the paper is even better than being there. So
is that right? I know that.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, your mom told you that. I know that we enjoy providing you what we can. So
we do what we can.
We do what we can, and hopefully we're able to kind of fill that hole, because thank heavens, you see more kids
Mother
than I
Nature
do.
To cooperate.
Yeah, that's right. You see more kids than I do. What's the change in maybe their attitude? Your wife sees more than each of us.
I'm down at practices every now and again too. You could see it was before the IHSA announcement, but it was after the IDPH when I went down to one of our open gyms.
Yeah,
and it was just night and day difference on the kids and how they looked and how they were behaving.
Once
it became hey, this could actually happen.
Yeah,
spirits were coming through the roof.
Well, I mean, people tell you sports have their own place. They aren't all that important. Well, a lot of these kids, they're pretty important.
I've always said without sports, I would have been in jail, guaranteed.
That might be true.
The lessons I learned and the friends I made playing, and that kept me out of jail.
Without sports, I'd probably be senator or something like that.
No, that's Budweiser.
I'd be running for president right now. Who knows? You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll be back right after this. Stick around.
Do your best friend a favor. Take them to Jagger's Doggy Daycare in Mount Vernon. One stop for dog boarding. Don't leave them home alone or trust them with someone you don't even trust. Pamper them with the Doggy Daycare. They do grooming, training, and your doggy will love the sweet treats dog barkery. Bakery. Spoiling your pooch 7 days a week. Jagger's Doggy Daycare. Dog grooming, training, and boarding. 414 Main Street in Mount Vernon. Find them on Facebook or at jaggersdoggydaycare.com.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians, and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. It is Brian Turner today. Super Bowl. All right, we got to talk about it. I feel terrible. I've done it again. Brian, I've done it again. I've bet against Tom Brady because
you want to.
Because I want to. It's the worst gambling habit I have. That and occasionally playing Iowa.
Never taken Iowa under.
I never take Iowa. I've learned my lesson. Never play on an Iowa game. So Tom Brady wins again. You had for the show bets. We had 3 bets. We were on the side, as well as on the over under, as well as the spread and the MVP. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 for 3, Mr. Brian Turner. Congratulations. Well done. Have you bought the new house yet?
No, but do need to renovate the bathroom. No, actually 3 for 3 on the show picks, but like I said, I had enough prop bets and all that I think I wound up making $4 on the Super Bowl.
Did you end up placing an MVP bet?
Yes.
So did you put Brady? So you did?
No, I got a profit boost on Pat Mahomes, so I placed that one.
Have you noticed, by the way,
DraftKings profit boost will bite you every time.
Have you noticed these profit boosts that these legalized gambling websites keep throwing out these profit boosts like on the day
doing it for
of whatever game? There's a reason they're doing that.
And I typically don't. In fact, DraftKings had a promotion for the Super Bowl where every day you could log in and get a different profit boost. That was actually one of 2 that I bet. The other one was Clyde Edwards-Helaire to have the most rushing yards at plus 500.
Didn't work either.
Yeah, it was like a plus 500 bet.
Okay, well, see now I ended up betting my I was 0 for 3 on my show bets as we ended up 500 as a show, 50-50 as a show. I guess 6 and 6. And
let's see, Jamie had the Bucks, but missed on the over, and he had Brady as his.
So he had 2 out of 3, and actually, if he had Brady,
Lucas had the Bucks. Also had the over. He took Levante David. He took a long shot.
He got 1 right.
Yeah.
And I had all 3. But if you hit Brady, it was probably 3 to 1.
plus 250.
Plus 250.
Yeah.
Okay, 2.5 to 1. So that's pretty good. That would have been so as a team hitting 2 MVPs, we probably
money.
won money. Yeah. We won money. So I feel
That's what
good.
we do on the show. We print money.
Ladies and gentlemen, free money for you. That's what we're here. And what were the prop bets? Did you have any interesting prop bets that you played or did not?
Actually, the one I'm glad I couldn't find because I loved it was penalties under 10.5.
Oh no, that was over the first half.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I was planning on betting that one. I couldn't find it. The other one that I wanted to bet and couldn't find it was the no on roughing the passer. And there was one. Although I still swear that wasn't so much roughing the passer as was 3 guys got the quarterback at the same time, and it looked bad more than roughing the passer.
I didn't see that one. That might have been after I'd already turned it away.
It was 3 guys all got to Pat Mahomes at the same time, and he got folded backwards. I mean, it looked bad, but it was just that's one of those where Kansas. And that's if you remember 2 weeks ago, I came on here and I said I was taking Tampa Bay plus 3.5 because of the Kansas City offensive line.
Yeah, and
I read the draft pick and the
plus 3.5. You mean?
I took Tampa plus 3.5 because of that offensive line and the issues I had with it.
Some of the other interesting prop bets. The Gatorade. This was a tricky one, because they didn't show it. The CBS didn't show it on TV. The cooler of Gatorade getting tossed over Bruce Arians. Did you bet on that?
No, I did not.
It was blue. It was by photo. They had to go to the photos instead of the television.
I was hoping it was going to be French fries again.
Blue was 300. It was a plus 300, so it was 3 to 1 for blue. So there you go. First touchdown scored. Did you bet on Rob Gronkowski?
Did not. Although I love
18 to 1.
Yeah. That's part of why I was rooting for Tampa, despite Tom Brady. Was this means we get Rob Gronkowski on a boat parade?
Did you see that today? The highlights of the boat parade?
No, I didn't see the Bucks GM showed up for it, just carrying a 12-pack of beer.
Apparently, Tom Brady either got seasick on a parade through a river, or
invited,
or he might have gotten a little bit too. He might have been, but inebriated because he walked off They had him. A guy was walking him off the boat, walking him to the locker room with both hands,
getting old hard on you, Bruce.
And he looked like he was happy as opposed to seasick. So I mean, it was pretty good. But during the
if I was Tom Brady, I'd probably never be sober again.
During the parade, during the boat parade, which I got to tell you, that is the coolest thing I think I've seen, because they didn't do the boat parade for the Stanley Cup, did they?
Not that I remember, but
they did this boat parade.
Been a while.
And Brady had the Lombardi Trophy on his boat, and Gronkowski came up behind him, and his boat was about 30 or 35 feet away, maybe not quite that far, but pretty good distance, and Brady tossed him the trophy.
How many people you think had the rear ends puckered up on that one?
Oh, that thing's in the air.
You have divers ready.
You know that everybody's ready to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be in the water. I wonder what seawater's going to do to that. Oh, here are some of the other ones. There were, by the way, there were several $1 million bets placed. Some dude bet $3.46 million. This was
that was Mattress Mick.
Mike, or was it
Mac or Mick or
Mac. Mattress Mac,
the Houston guy.
$3.46 million on the Buccaneers to win 2.8. So congratulations.
I think the 3 largest bets I saw on VSiN this week. The 3 largest bets were all on Tampa Bay.
There was a $2.5 million bet money line on the Chiefs. That would be a tough one.
That'd be tough to beat. Yeah.
There was a 2.3 on the Bucks, and then another $1 million on the Bucks.
Someone had $1 million on the Bucks money line.
That was $1 million on the Bucks money line at MGM, and paid $135. So that's a pretty nice bet. $1 million, get paid $235. A few other notable bets. A bettor at PointsBet wagered $10,000 that the opening kickoff would not be returned for a touchdown. He won $200.
I'm surprised it was 200.
Yeah, that's 50-1, I guess. New Jersey bettor wagered $3,000 on Patrick Mahomes to throw 0 touchdown passes. 15-1 odds. He paid $45,000.
That's a good hit.
That's a good hit.
That's a good
I
hit.
would not have expected that one. That's a pretty good.
I need to find out if that streaker bet is true or not.
It's not.
Okay.
It's
I was
not.
really, really hoping that was true.
It's not. Yeah, the streaker bet. Tell everybody what the streaker.
The rumor was that it was on a meme, so it's got to be true. But a guy said he met the streaker the next day or whatever, and he had a $50,000 bet to win 300 or 274,000 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That there would be a streaker in the Super Bowl.
The thing was, they said that nobody would have made the bet. Nobody would have covered the bet.
Would have paid it.
Would have covered it.
If it's true.
Nobody's gonna cover it because they said if somebody's going to bet $50,000 that they're going to streak and that there's going to be a streaker in the Super Bowl, a gambling house would realize, oh, this guy's going to go streak the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
and get fined. The guy
File it out under things you wish was true.
That's right. The guy who did streak the Super Bowl apparently had a
pink something or other.
Well, it was a pink onesie type of thing with jeans on, and it was advertising a porn site in Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's you didn't get to see him on TV. But again, Kevin Harlan with a great play call.
Yes, I listened to that yesterday.
That was pretty good. There was a fellow who did bet on the Gronkowski. I mentioned the Rob Gronkowski bet $450 and went off with $8,100 on Gronkowski winning or getting the 2 touchdowns or 1 touchdown.
It's my wife's current favorite player.
Oh, really?
Now that Marshawn's retired.
Well, there was a fellow who bet $6,000 on Sammy Watkins to score the Chiefs' first touchdown at 15-1. $4,000 for Sammy. This might have been Sammy's mom. $4,000 for Sammy to score the first touchdown at 25-1, and $1,000 for him to win the MVP at 200-1.
I had him at over 17.5 yards for longest reception.
You lost.
He finished with 14 yards total.
He had 1 catch for 14 yards.
I needed 4 more yards out of him.
I mentioned the Gatorade being blue. Gronkowski was the other one, the 1,800 for its first catch. Super Bowl coin toss. Travis Kelce called heads, and heads the winner. Of course, that paid about what? $100 or something to win 100.
It was minus 103, I believe.
Yeah, and national anthem length. We talked about this off the air. There was a kind of a glitch in the national anthem.
Sportsbooks said they all of a sudden were. I think it was the day before.
Yeah, it was Saturday.
Got pounded on the over. Come to find out that someone was sitting in the parking lot recording the.
Recorded the
rehearsal, and it was 2:16 when the over-under at the time was either 1:58 or 2 minutes, depending on the book.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they all got pounded on the over, and they finally had to shut off the betting.
Shut off the betting. No betting on the national anthem.
Someone sat in the parking lot and either broadcast it live or recorded it and uploaded it. But
all I know is I was watching the pregame show on CBS that afternoon, and I didn't end up betting or didn't even look for it, the national anthem, and I wouldn't have found it anyway, I guess, Sunday afternoon. But they showed like a little video of the rehearsal. They showed 5 seconds or 10 seconds of it, and it was the young lady finishing the song. And she was halfway through the note, 10 seconds in. So I thought, okay, well, yeah, this is this is way over. This is going way over, and it did. I thought what'd you think of the halftime show? Were you a big Weekend fan?
Took the dog for a walk. Didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't miss a lot. It was.
I even tweeted it out. I think that, or put it on my face. I think it was on my Facebook. It said that was the kind of show that my Facebook is going to hate, my Twitter feed's going to love. Just the type of people I follow on both.
Aimed at probably.
It wasn't aimed at Wayne County folks.
No. I bet that's the thing. The Weekend, he has some catchy music. He has some decent stuff, but the show was a little odd. Nobody understood.
I've heard him compared to modern day Michael Jackson.
That's an interesting comparison. I don't know that I buy that.
I couldn't name one of his songs, but I've seen that comparison made multiple times.
Actually, I couldn't either. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Enjoyed the Super Bowl, though, for the first three quarters before I realized.
It reminded me of a 90s Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good of a game.
It wasn't that good of a game. But
Patrick Mahomes got a nice little 500-yard jog in, though. Running backwards.
It wasn't a jog. He was running for his
GPS showed
life.
us 497 yards.
It wasn't a jog. He was running for his life. We'll be right back after this. Stick around.
Nobody knows what Russell Wilson felt like.
Yeah, that's right.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
When it comes to your banking, you have as many options as colors in the crayon box. That's why you can bank your way at Teutopolis State Bank. What works best for you may be different from what works best for your neighbor. Teutopolis State Bank is built to serve all your banking needs, whether it's online banking, mobile check deposit, text banking, or just stopping in to see them at one of their 3 convenient locations. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender, it's Teutopolis State Bank. Banking made personal since 1913.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Welcome, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. That's Brian Turner. Bruce Dickey here. I'll get you a copy of that if you want before you leave.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah. As we're talking about the Super Bowl, talking about football. Speaking of football, there's supposed to be a ton. There seems, when I say supposed, there seems to be a ton of.
It's the quarterback merry-go-round this
movement,
year. Yeah.
Potentially.
Adam Schefter a week and a half ago was saying there might be 18 quarterbacks change teams this year.
18.
I would bet the under on that, but
yeah.
Schefter's a little more plugged in than me too. But
Deshaun Watson was the big name that everybody's been talking about the last 2 weeks.
He's the one that's most adamant about leaving too.
And, yeah, you got to figure Deshaun's leaving.
I don't think he is.
You think they're going to be able to keep him?
I think they're going to keep him out of stubbornness.
Wow, that's stubborn. That's,
yeah.
That's what kind of. How good's he going to play?
They say he just signed that contract 4 months ago too.
Yeah.
which was actually after they got rid of Hopkins. I mean, that's part of it. He re-upped after they got rid of Hopkins. So what has changed other than
ownership?
I mean,
basically.
The GM, and actually I saw the president quit today.
Yeah. But the more intriguing one to me, but not to Brian, because you see no intrigue in this whatsoever. Everybody around Russell Wilson says he wants out of Seattle, or he's getting out of Seattle.
He's not going anywhere. I almost wore my Russell Wilson Seahawks jersey today.
I was wondering if you were going to.
I have two to choose from.
I didn't know if you were going to wear the camo or if you were going to wear the other one.
I got the lime green one now.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. That would have just screwed up the cameras.
Actually, I wondered about that. Like, that's just asking to get green screen.
Yeah, somebody would have put green screen on you. I was stupid or something. Yeah. All right. Tell me about Russell Wilson. How come he's not leaving? I thought he was leaving.
No, he was on a conference call.
Everybody says he's leaving.
He was on a conference call Tuesday and mentioned that it's getting old, getting hit so much, and because he's been sacked like 394 times in the last 7 years or whatever it was.
NFL Man of the Year, by the way, Russell Wilson.
Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Yeah.
But no, he has. I even tweeted out during the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes is finally getting a taste of that Russell Wilson life, because that's what every game looks like for Russell.
Yeah.
Is what Pat Mahomes saw in the Super Bowl against that rush.
Yeah. The thing is, Russell Wilson has had. When's the last time he had a really good lineup there?
He hasn't.
Well, they had
a good rush blocking line, but they never could pass block.
Yeah.
Tom Cable was the offensive line coach, who's one of the worst freaking coaches in football. Says the Raiders fan. They finally got rid of him, but they still don't have any talent. They never draft O-linemen early, and it shows. I mean, he runs for his life most games, and he said, it'd be kind of nice to not get hit so much. Well, reporters jumped on that, and can you clarify? He goes, well, I mean, we got to play better up front, which, was he calling out his teammates? And then he went on Dan Patrick's show and said, they asked him, are you going to be back in Seattle next year? Because it sounds like you're frustrated. And he goes, that's a Seahawks decision, not mine, which people read into that. I really don't. I think that's him being political. It's like, well, I can't do that.
Well, he's under contract anyway.
And he said, it'd be nice to be included in some of the decision making because this does affect my legacy.
Yeah.
And people ran with that. But he's not going anywhere.
Okay, then.
That's one of. I'll say, you want to know when he's going somewhere? You've seen the odds on Deshaun Watson and which team he's going to wind up with, right?
Yeah.
You've seen the odds on Carson Wentz where he's going to wind up with, right?
He's like number one for the Bears, right?
But you've seen those.
Yeah.
The odds are set.
Yeah.
There's no odds on Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers for a reason. They're not going anywhere.
All right, then we'll talk about the Bears, because we have a large fan base of Bears fans. Would Carson Wentz be the answer to everyone's dreams in Chicago? Because you see the polls, or the who's the Bears quarterback starter, who's the Bears starting quarterback on September 5th or whenever the first game is, and invariably it's Nick Foles, it's Carson Wentz, and it's not Mitch Trubisky.
So, which is probably their best option, because that means they're not giving up the farm for a guy that you don't know if he can even play with Wentz, who they, did he even play better than Foles when they were on the same team together?
Yeah.
I think Wentz to Indy makes sense because of the Frank Reich connection, and I don't think Wentz to Chicago makes sense. If that makes sense, that he fits one team and not the other.
Where do you think because Wentz is gone? I mean, Wentz is going to be gone from Philadelphia, right? Even though he's the one who asked for the new coach.
Like I'd have to look at the updated odds, but if you can get Philly at like 6-1, I'd probably bet it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wentz just signed a new contract too last year, right? I mean, he's got
all these guys are under contract. There's a ton of free agent quarterbacks too this year.
The only one that seems set is that nobody knew at the end of the season has been set was the Rams trade of the
Stafford
Rams trade
deal
for Matt Stafford. And Stafford is set in L.A. and you figure Goff's set in Detroit.
The Rams have to win in the next probably 2 years to make that trade be worth it, as much as they gave up.
Rams just don't like having first round picks. They're just. Who needs first-round picks? They're just they're unusable. We don't use them for anything. We use them for toilet paper around here.
That'd be the Raiders.
Well, we were going to talk college basketball. You've got like 10 seconds. Who you like?
Gonzaga, Baylor, clear top two. This actually reminds me of the 05 Carolina, Illinois, where it was those two and everyone else.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're looking at this year.
Yeah, and, the intriguing thing, we were so on Drake. Drake's falling apart. Drake lost their first game, but they're falling apart.
See, I started fading Drake after the COVID break.
You probably were the smart one. They've lost against the spread throughout their last four. And they're playing.
After starting 13-0 against the spread.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming up, Weez.
Always a good time.
Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time. Have a great weekend.